I'm going to walk through using WorkBoard with Azure DevOps. Now there's two main use cases I'm going to share today. The first one is automatically updating key results in WorkBoard from Azure DevOps. And the second is accessing WorkBoard while in Azure DevOps. I'm logged in as Danielle, the CIO of AcmeCo. And you can see in WorkBoard that Danielle has 3 objectives that her and her organization are currently working towards. The first being optimize investments and company resources so we can accelerate innovation. The second being technology leads the way to a digital business. And the third being foster a culture of ambition and creativity that fuels Acme 2030. Now, under each of those objectives, you'll see some key results. And working left to right, you'll see progress against the plan, the key result itself, the owner of the key result, and in some instances, like this one, where it's being updated automatically from Azure DevOps, the date of the last update, and then any comments. Now, when you create new objectives and key results, it's incredibly easy to connect Azure DevOps as the source of this data. So I'm in the process here of creating a new key result. I'm going to pull from an external application. This will give me the option to choose from things like Excel or Jira, Microsoft Planner, Power BI, a few others, and importantly, Azure DevOps. I'm going to use an example that we've already created to show you some of the options available. So I'm currently on an existing key result. This is RPA replaces all manual HR intake steps globally. And you can see here the data source is set to Azure DevOps. I'm just going to quickly edit this key result, and I'm going to then show you the options available. So I can choose which organization this comes from. That connection happens once, and then users can select and choose every time they create a key result. Which project this will be updated from, where we want to get issue completion data from in ADO, which items to measure, how we want to capture progress, and then what state do we want to measure as done. Finally, we can choose whether it's measure progress as percentage complete or quantity complete. That key result is being updated from this backlog list in Azure DevOps, and you can see the number of done is what's contributing towards that key result update. You can choose the cadence that key results are updated. So it might be weekly or daily or monthly, and WorkBoard will automatically pull the data from Azure DevOps based on that cadence that you've selected. The second use case for WorkBoard and Azure DevOps is accessing WorkBoard inside the application. So you can see on the left-hand side here that WorkBoard is integrated, and I'm going to walk through a couple of use cases and how to in here. Again, I'm Danielle, this time logged into Azure DevOps. I can see all of the objectives and the different teams that I have objectives in. So DigiPay, I can see the 3 objectives. The platform and security team, I can see their 3 objectives. Again, I can view more details, and that will load the key results. I'll get progress to plan, the last update, date, etc. And I can filter this based on key results I own or key results that the team owns. I can also use the Key Result Update tab in Azure DevOps, and this will give me a list view of all of the key results that I could provide an update to. You'll already see that some of these are connected to Jira or to different places in Azure DevOps, or I can just simply click and provide an update manually without leaving the application.